Good evening, everybody. Since we already had half of the speech all done via Happy Life, so we're just going to elaborate on that a little bit more. I'm very excited to be here. The month just flies by, and it's time for us to get together again. It's just like, oh, here we are again. The talk of today, as we just saw Peter reading it for us, it's about when we worry, and our worries are this big, right? Our worries are the biggest. And it talks about getting back within, getting back with the serenity and the knowing that when we trust in God, we've got our worries taken care of. So that's summarizing where we're going to go today. At the end, I have this most fun meditation for us. So I'm already so excited with the meditation. Let me go through this so we can get there. Let me get my, okay, we're already there. So because this is meditation and spiritism, we're going to have to put a correlation between what we want to do when we talk about stepping into my shoes and spiritism, right? Before we go anywhere, when we have this is an American expression of, if you could only step into my shoes. It always has a negative connotation, like, you have no idea how hard it is for me to go through what I go through. Nobody says, step into my shoes. You're going to see how lovely this can be. We never have it that way. It's usually like almost with pride that say, my life is so miserable. I am more important than you, kind of thing. Like, your problems are nothing. You should see mine. So it has that connotation. Like, if you only knew what I go through, you would appreciate me more. You would see how great I am or how strong I am, but never step into my shoes and you will see how life can be so much more fun and light and appreciated, and we can grow with it. Because that's what Jesus actually tells us, right? If you come with me and if you do what I am doing here, you can make miracles happen. You can do what I do and much more, if we only have the desire to go there. So he invites us to step into his shoes in a great growing way. And we tend to stay into this step into my shoes to see how hard it is. So today we're going to flip that coin. That's the idea. Let's flip that statement, right? What makes our problems so special? Because this is the way it goes. Sometimes, who here is a very good listener? When somebody has a problem come to talk to you, nobody? Good listener? Good listener. Okay, we had some good listeners here.
I'll take the very out, I stay with the good.
Good listener, okay. So we want to be those that are empathetic, that understand others' problems, that we will be listening to what you have to say. How many of us have been in a situation when somebody, I'll raise my hand before I even go there, when somebody comes to you hurting really bad, let's say it's not your favorite person. Let's just make a statement. It's not your favorite person in the world. And that person comes to you and say, I'm hurting so bad. My boss did this, or my son did that, or whatever happened in their life. And they come to tell you how hurtful it feels right now to be in that situation. And we very good listeners, we say, I'm sorry you're hurting. But it happened to me very similar to that. And we spend the next 15 minutes telling them what happened to us. Are we being good listeners? No, we are telling them, step into my shoes. I had it much worse than you. Like somebody said, man, my car broke down. It's going to cost me $500 to fix this. Oh, you have, please, that's nothing. You should see what happened to me last week. A whole transmission, kaput. I have to spend $4,000. Hello, we're supposed to be the good listeners. So we're always inviting people to step into our shoes to say, my world is more miserable than yours.
It's a competition.
A competition. We don't want to be there, but we go there. Don't we? We don't want to go there, but we go there. Especially meaning I don't have time for your problems because my problems are way bigger than yours, so get over it. Yes, we go there, but if we're going to flip that coin, let's explore this a little different. We're going to go to the Spirit's book, and the question 258. When they are in an errant state and before they assume a new physical existence, do spirits see what will happen in the next existence? Meaning, do we know what we're going to go through when we come back, when we reincarnate and come back to this life? And the spirits will respond. They choose the type of trials that they will experience. And free will exists in this freedom of choice. So the misery was by choice, not by default, by choice. Just a quick reminder that the misery that my shoes bring were by choice. We chose that. So that has to stay with us because we cannot blame anybody. It was when we were making our plans, we chose some of the things that, now we have more flashy news here. What determines a spirit's choice of the trials that it wants to endure? How do we go about deciding which way to go when we are making a decision? This is the kind of path I want to follow this next incarnation. Because we've heard that sometimes you choose to focus more on your spiritual growth, sometimes on your professional growth. So each incarnation, some people might come without any interest in growing spiritually because they need to focus on their more mundane needs to progress. And we all try to, from when we study, we understand that each incarnation we focus on something more specific. Of course, we address everything, but there are certain targets that we really need to focus. So it talks about the fact that it chooses those which may help amend its faults. So whatever we are trying to fix or do better, grow from, getting to a better moral state, that's what we're going to choose to go through. And at this, they will help what amends its faults, and at the same time, help the spirit advance more quickly. So we could choose to a path that will make us, like there is a story about a spirit that when they decided to reincarnate, he said, I made so many mistakes, let me come without an arm. So I will have to struggle with those things. And when they're doing this meeting to decide and help him make that decision and write his plan, the supporting group that was helping him make the decision says, you know, are you really sure you can handle coming without an entire arm? Yes, I can do this, I can do it. And as they go by talking about the plan and what he was going to face, in the end they decide, let's just come without one finger. Because he knew by just imagining what he's going to go through and kind of foreseeing the future, it was going to be so hard that he was going to fail in his objectives. So he decided to come just without one finger. So just to let us understand that when we sat with our mentors, with our guidance to see, the guidance counselor, right, high school, when we sat there and we make decisions, okay, this is where we're going to go, and they help us make the decision, we assure them that I got this. Whatever we're writing on this plan, I got it. I am going to succeed. And then we come here and Forget that. Let me just step into my shoes. Oh, how hard my shoes. So another thing that it talks about here, when we make those choices, we also choose, that's very crucial, some facilitators, I should say, to help us accomplish those goals. The facilitators are those people that are going to force us into be that better person, to endure a little challenge that we had, an assignment that we had before. So those people might be your not so favorite people, or the husband, the wife, the child, the mother, the father, the neighbor, the boss, that is a little challenging in your life. So they are actually your tools. We've talked about this before, your personal trainer. Some of us have had some amazing personal trainers. This is why we made some progress. So this is the only way we go forward, when we have good personal trainers. So that person that is not your favorite person is actually your personal trainer. So embrace it like you going to the gym. You know, we don't want to go, but we have to go. So just embrace that. So, is it not natural to choose the least painful path? Well, doesn't it make sense? Well, why am I going to choose hard stuff to go through? That's when we have this understanding that the Spirit tells us when we are not here, when we are out of this physical body, when we are in spirit, we are not linked to the views of the mundane world, so we look at things differently. So when we're setting up our goals, we are not in this physical body. It is like when you are rehearsing for a play. You are not living it, so you just make a plan and you go through it. So you decide, I can go through that pain because I understand that if I go through it, I'm going to jump to the next level. Like we've talked before, when you play in video games, if you have kids, and sometimes it's time to go to school, go to soccer practice, whatever it is. I've lived that, and I say, let's go, we're late. And they say, Mom, they don't even look at me. Mom, I'm almost jumping to the next phase. They just focus on that video game. And that's, if we are focused when we're making our plan, that's what we want to do. We want to jump to that next level. We do the Pokemon jump. But when we come here, we kind of forget that that was our decision then. So this is for us to remember. We made a choice based on the level we were living. It's the rehearsal prior to actually coming to action, right? So we made that decision. So then another question that I picked to put here is, why has God not given the same abilities and talents to all humankind? We know that we all created equal and ignorant, right? How come some of us are a little more talented in certain things, can manage certain challenges easier than others? Like anything else, practice, practice, practice. The ones of us that have been here before and have had a chance to go through those same challenges before, more practice, so they breeze through it. Certain things that are super hard for me, and I look at somebody and say, I don't think I could do what she's doing. I don't think I can handle what he's handling, because they've had more practice than me with those challenges. And then when I put myself into those shoes, I say, there is no way I could do that. I work with special needs children, severe special needs children, most of them in wheelchairs, you know, all kinds of problems. And some of these parents come to me, bringing their kids, right? The kids cannot do anything. They hand me the kid. They have the smile in their face. They're going through a lot of things. And they're always joking, seeing the bright side of things. And I think to myself, I work with them and I enjoy my work. I do the best I can. But I don't have to deal with them every single day, 24/7. I'm not the parent of a special needs child. And then I say to myself, even though I chose this profession, I don't think I could do what they do. So gracefully, because my shoes, I just say, I don't know how. So this is when we say, how come some of us can do certain things and some of us can't do? Just because some of us have had more practice, and some of us might have chosen to give ourselves that extra push. When the challenge comes, we show up. Sometimes we don't show up. Not today. I'm a little tired, headache, tired, tomorrow. So every time we choose not to face our challenges, guess what? You miss a chance. It's like you didn't choose to go to the gym that day. Your personal trainer pushed you and you didn't go. So guess what? Maybe next incarnation, let's repeat kindergarten, right? Sometimes that's what we choose. And it's okay, as long as we understand that that was our choice. So, talking about all this, stepping into my shoes means I want you to see how hard it is for me, right? But we've learned from Spiritism perspective, every hardship that we go through, it was by choice. We designed it, we created our plan, and we showed up. And when we were born, it's showtime. Let's do it. And we don't always choose to do it, but we know we wanted to be there. So we tend to tell others that it is so hard for me, you do not understand. It is so unbearable what I go through. Your life is a breeze. So we expect them to show us compassion. I'm sharing my feelings with you, and I want you to feel what I feel so you can say, I am sorry you're going through it. But we always trying to show them how I need all this compassion. Me. If my problems are bigger than yours, if whatever you have to say, I have a worst case scenario story to tell you about my own experience, what does it tell you? That life happens around my belly button. That's where we are. And we don't want to be there, but we find ourselves there. That example that I gave you. This week I had yesterday actually, a very hard experience with a friend of mine that I had to go rescue her because her husband left, when he left to go to work, the gate was open, the dog escaped, and the dog got hit by a car, which is very unfortunate. She was miserable. She was so sad. But what made her super sad, more than anything, more than losing her dog, was what the others around did. She said, when she realized and she went to the road, and it's a busy road, she got her yoga mat and kind of trying to gather the dog back. Nobody offered to help her. She was sobbing, trying to compose herself to pick up the dog. Nobody offered, but several people drove by, stopped by, and videotaped it. Guess what they're going to do with that videotaping that they just recorded? They're going to post it on social media, and it's going to say, how sad that you couldn't stop to offer your help, but you're going to post about your feelings, about how sad it is. See how we have it backwards sometimes? And this is when we don't show up with compassion, but we want that. We don't always show up with what we want. So isn't this the law of cause and effect? What you put out there comes back to you. So if we don't put the compassion out there, how are we going to get it back? Compassion with the passion of my heart. I'm going to give it to you. If I don't put it out there, how can I get it back? Not. That's not how we're going to get it back. Oop. Ooh, messed up.
That's okay. If you can. I think you have to ask video, Italo to play the video.
Ooh.
Okay, no,
Let him do his thing. Compassion, Italo. Compassion. Feel my pain. Okay. Okay, so now,
So the video is separate.
okay, separate, okay. So, we're gonna think here, how can we focus on the stepping into my shoes as being positive? We are talking about flipping this into stepping into the positive shoes of Jesus that told us, you can do what I do and much more if you choose to do so. I'm going to play a little video here, and you guys we're going to talk about it a little bit. This is the cutest baby ever, ever. One of the cutest babies ever. I have two, so. They are both the same baby, both super cute, so your choice. Everybody awake? Everybody? Okay, there it goes. Okay, he's going to start. Okay, that's fine. Uh-huh. Okay, this was so perfect the way she did it. We're good with just this one with Italo. This baby is walking with her dad's shoes. They are super heavy, 5 times bigger than she is, and halfway through the very hard walk, she took the shoes, like, I cannot handle this. Done with this. Maybe I'll take one of the shoes, not both of them. It's too much. I don't even want my pacifier. This is so... when I saw it, I'm like, okay, Willow, you did it. This is how we do. We sign up for certain shoes. We get here, we find them heavy, uncomfortable, too much for us. So we spread the misery. I'm the victim here. All this rough stuff going on with me. I cannot handle it. This is all too much. I am going to give the shoe to whoever wants it. Now I'm offering you my shoe. It's mine, but I'm going to offer it to you. So maybe you can walk this journey for me.
But I brought you with the pacifier.
Hey. Yes, you can even have the pacifier as a token of my appreciation for you going my way, my journey, for me. How is that possible? This is when we are choosing not to walk forward. We've studied before, and one of the questions in the book, I forget now the question, but the spirits tell us, can we come here and regress? No, we go from here forward. But can we get stuck and be in the same spot for the entire incarnation? Yes, we can. especially when you take your shoes off and hand it to somebody. Oh, I'm the victim here. You fix all my problems. You walk with my shoes. I'm just going to sit here, put my feet up, get in a hammock, and just swing around. You get my shoes and you walk with them for me. And some of us actually grab those shoes from those people. And we say, I'll walk for you. I'll walk my shoes and your shoes too. And in the end, it doesn't work for us and it doesn't work for them either. So we take these different roles. Sometimes we give what is ours to others. Sometimes we take what is others to ourselves and we try to walk with them. None of this is going to work. We need to show up with our shiny shoes that we chose. Click them nicely, like Dorothy, and go. Follow our journey, because this is what we signed up for. Compassion will come without you asking, because you are following your journey. Once we follow our journey, the compassion will come from within. Because you know what? I'm good. I went through all this. I stepped in, I stepped out, I fell, I stood up, I fell again, I stood up again. I got this. So the compassion will come from within. The feeling of trying your best. The feeling of showing up to the challenges that life presents to us. So that's the talk of the day. Let us not give our shoes away. Let us not tell everybody that those shoes are too heavy, too tight, too bulky. No, those are our shoes that were given to us with the grace of God. This is why we got a chance to be here, to be in this life, to make progress, to step forward, to jump to the next phase of the Pokemon game. We are gonna do it. So let's step into the shoes that are ours so we can walk and do what we have to do and much more than that. Because Jesus told us, you can do what I do and much more if you choose to do so. Are we good? Okay. Let's just shake a little bit of the conversation, and we're going to do a meditation, a fun meditation. I'll let you guys, maybe I need a sip of water. Then we're going to do a walking in your shoes meditation. Italo, if we can get a nice, soft song. Thank you. You got it always. I know. You're the man.
I have just one comment about that picture here. Those two little kids. Why Italo is. So while Italo is getting the meditation together and we prepared, you see those two little kids there in that picture? That it's something for us to think about it. Because many of us, in this very long road, we are alone. At least we think and we feel that we are alone. There is nobody to help us to continue the way. But that little girl, for instance, represents our guardian angel, our spiritual friend. God, as we open here, does not never leave us alone. There is always a true companion and a representative of all this unconditional love. The tougher the road, the more tight we are hugged with this spiritual friend. From the day that we walked in this life to the very last day here, and it continues on and on. That's how much God loves us. And when we talk about compassion, just to close on Jesus, it is very simple. You don't need to know the Bible and the scriptures and be a religious person. If we live that love yourselves as you love your neighbors, do unto others as you wish it was done to you. That's all. That's all that we need in the law of compassion. If we practice that, if we put our clothes with compassion every day, that journey will be much easier. I guess we're ready for that. As we do the meditation, we are going to a very tough time in this beautiful country that we live in and all around the world, but specifically here with this election coming up next week. We have a vibration that is very kind of like this. So let's use this vibration that we're going to produce here together, and let's donate this to our country, to our peace, to our harmony of love, to dissipate the hate, the indifference, the inequality, and all of this tension. And together we can do it. Okay? Whenever you're ready, you're back in.
Let's take some deep breaths. Blowing it out so I can hear you. Shake a little bit until you find your comfy place. Once you find it, close your eyes, or you can look down if closing your eyes is not a comfortable place to be. Taking a deeper breath. We let the air out, grounding ourselves in the here and now. Letting the body settle. The breathing in and out is soft, safe, protected. We find ourselves at the fork of the road, sitting barefoot. No backpack, no water bottle. Just sitting there, barefoot. And the road ahead gives me two options. We sit here and just look. Right behind us, there is a mountain of shoes. We need shoes. If we're gonna go on a journey, we will need some shoes. We turn around and just contemplate that mountain of shoes. Some look quite expensive. But seem a little too stiff. Others too small. Some way too big. I don't even know if I can find matching shoes. If I'm gonna go on this journey, I definitely will need some shoes. We stand up and decide to explore the mountain of shoes. We'll dig until we find the perfect pair for the journey ahead. Let's just dive in. Some hesitation. Indecision. I'm a little worried that this shoe might hurt my feet. We take a very deep breath. We ask our guardian angel, help me choose a pair of shoes that will help me go through this journey. That is the answer. Thank you. Those look perfect. They do. As I try them on, I see they do fit me perfectly. Yes, these are my shoes. Thank you for the tip. Definitely my shoes. Very confidently, I look at that big pile of shoes and look at my feet. No comparison. These are definitely my shoes. Very confident. Comfort is in my feet. I turn around, walk to the fork of the road. Take a deep breath. One more quick look at my shoes. I connect now to the Creator, to the one that will guide me through this journey. I thank Him for the perfect shoes I was given. And with the heart full of certainty, I take my first step and I make a choice. This is the way I'm gonna go. One more step and another one, and I find myself walking down the road of my chosen journey. And now I will walk for a little while. I know I will find pebbles, rocks, mountains, obstacles that will be hard, rain that will be refreshing, wind that will make me struggle, but I know that with these shoes I can walk. And I keep on walking.
In closing, let's be united with our guardian angel, with our spiritual friend. And when we find ourselves alone, all we have to do is tap into praying, the door will open. Ask for help, and He will be there. May God bless each one of us every day. May God bless this great nation, this great world, this great planet. May we be in peace and in compassion with each and every single one. And so be it. Our brother Tim is going to invite everyone for the passes shortly.